This is Alex Marvez in the AEW Control Center with news from Mexico City. Our partners, the AAA promotion, they had their major show of the year, Triple Mania, on August 3rd, and AEW was well represented. Cody traveled south of the border to team with Cain Velasquez, the MMA superstar making his pro wrestling debut, as well as Psycho Clown. Here are some of the highlights from that matchup. AEW was also well represented by the Elite, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks teaming up once again in a rematch from Fyter Fest against Los Lucha Brothers and the Laredo Kid.
Do something badass.
The Lucha Brothers are getting hot once again, and they will be squaring off against the Young Bucks in a ladder match at All Out August 31st in Chicago. These teams have wrestled before, but never in a ladder match. Of course, the Lucha Brothers offering that challenge, and the Young Bucks accepting. Cannot wait for that coming up in Chi-Town. Now, that's not the only big news that we have coming up here for All Out. Let us go to our Chief Branding Officer, Ms. Brandy Rhodes, with some huge news about the AEW Women's Championship.
So, how do we go about determining who's first in line for a shot at the championship? Well, I've got good news. The Casino Battle Royale is back, baby, and the rules are just the same. Each wrestler has selected a card from a special deck. The suit of card they selected determines their group. Every 3 minutes, we shuffle the deck to see which suit comes up. After all suits have been exhausted, the wrestler who drew the Joker card will be the last to enter. Eliminations occur when a wrestler has gone over the top rope and both feet have hit the floor. So the stakes are high. Who's going to be competing for the first shot at the Women's World Championship? Will it be Nyla Rose? Will it be Dr. Britt Baker? Will it be Yuka Sakazaki? Will it be Allie? Or will it be me? As you know, to complete the Casino Battle Royale, we need 21 participants, and there are not 21 women signed to the AEW women's roster. So, could it be a complete unknown? Or could it be someone who's one of your favorites that you just don't expect to see? Or could it be her?
My name's Teal Piper. I'm the daughter of the late Rowdy Roddy Piper. Growing up with wrestling in my family, it's actually a kind of a strange dynamic because I grew up with a dad that people hated and literally tried to kill on multiple occasions. He kept us very protected and away from it. He was afraid that fans would lash out at us to get to him. It was almost like this stigma in our household where my dad had a huge love for it, but he also was just terrified of me ever getting involved. So then it was something that I guess my love for it really grew more in my adult years as I got more respect for performers in general, and let alone the athleticism it takes. To me, it just felt wasteful to take everything I grew up with and everything he taught me and all my own personal drives and experiences and not do what I wanted to do. I'm so inspired by the women of AEW and the women just in professional wrestling over the years, and where it's at now is very exciting and a big reason as to why I finally made the leap into the industry. It's also a way for me to reconnect with him and a way to get closer to him and I guess keep him around.
Feels like a good one. Trust me.
I bet they're all out of answers. But where I come from, we're taught to change the questions. time to pay the piper.
You might want insurance on this one.
Ain't nobody more hated than he who speaks the truth. I ain't a monster, I'm just ahead of the curve.
So you want to play 21? Well, I got 22.
The is back.
I've known all my life who I really was. I didn't think it was actually possible to be myself, but the face that I had to present to society, you know, for whatever reason, I just inherently knew that I had to put on this mask. I had to play pretend. I couldn't be me. And there was a certain point where I was like, this is not good for me. This is not good for my mental health. I need to be myself, or I'm not going to be here. You can be yourself in this world, and at a certain point, you're just gonna have to say, F everybody else, this is my life, I have to take control of it. So that's kind of what I did. I slowly started to let my truth bleed into reality. And it was kind of funny because to all the guys at the wrestling school, that's the moment that like my personality clicked with everybody. The one place that I thought would absolutely shun me, being the world of professional wrestling, was really the first place to completely embrace me. And I emotionally was not ready for that. Behind the scenes, a lot of the people were very, welcoming. Either they just didn't care, or, they absolutely embraced it. And yes, of course, there are a few people who are still, very, no. But those people, at least in my experience, are very few and far between. So to have people that I look up to approach me and say, hey, we want you to work with us, we want you to work for us, that was incredibly humbling. It's like, okay, maybe I am doing this right. It's very self-affirming. You're like, maybe I am on the right path. Everything has felt like family. I felt very welcomed here. I've never had to question anybody's motives or anything like that. It admittedly came at a time that I really needed it. People say they put their blood, sweat, and tears. I put a fair amount of blood, sweat, and a lot of tears into wrestling. Just for the simple fact of feeling welcome, feeling at home, and being able to continue to do something I'm so passionate about, something I love so much, as myself. Completely surreal feeling. Do I think I would be sitting here, 2 years ago? No, probably not. But, every day there's a little bit more progress. And me sitting here today, hopefully, is a huge leap of progress, that things will be different, in a more positive direction, even 2 years from now. So that's why I'm so transparent about who I am.